The big question, what is social media? I'm sure that most of you have a general idea of what social media is, but if you're unsure, the big definition would be something along the lines of a two-way means of communication where companies, brands, and people interact socially on an internet-based platform which allows for the creation and sharing of user-generated content. A little more simply, that would be a place online where people gather to exchange information, pictures, video, thoughts, and ideas, interacting with friends, family, and businesses. So, what can social media do for you? What are the benefits of social media? Okay, first of all, it's free. Most social media sites you can join for free, and you can start driving traffic right away, and you don't have to pay anything. Second, you're going to where the people are. Social media sites have, some of these sites have millions upon millions of people, and instead of trying to drag these people from somewhere and drive them to your site, you're actually going to where these people are already congregating and spending their time. Three, it builds loyalty and trust. Back in the day, if you had a website, or better yet, if you didn't have a website, you weren't really trustable in the eyes of some of the consumers. You know, they didn't think you were a real business. And now it seems to be that that's the way if you don't have some sort of social media presence. So it builds a lot of loyalty and trust with your customers and readers. You're able to listen to your customers. They post right away on your like let's say it's a Facebook page, or they comment on they leave a tweet, or they comment on a video on YouTube or something. You're able to listen to them exactly, instantaneously, right? They send that message, and then you reply to that message, and you're able to address concerns and discuss things with your customers, and there's a lot of interaction right there. There's enhanced customer service, depending on what kind of product or service or business you have. You're able to interact with these customers again instantaneously, right? So you can monitor the social media stratosphere and check for any negative news that might be around about your product, and get on that right away. You can have somebody monitoring it yourself if you're a small business, and dealing with any customer complaints that might come through. Number 6, you're able to sell your products in a more human environment, right? So unlike a website, maybe you go to a website and you don't really think about who's behind the website, like the actual person that had written the material on the website. But for social media sites, you connect it with a person, and sometimes they even have the picture of their face, or their an image of themselves or their brand or something, and you realize that somebody is behind that's posting. You even see like little typos. You're like, oh, that's a real person that just sent that message. Be able to conduct market research and spy on your competition. So market research, you can see what spy on competition. You can see what other companies are doing. Market research, you can see what the customers are looking for. You can go and check people's likes and see what other brands on Facebook that they're associated with or that they like. You can see what your competitors are doing, and it's pretty much wide open. You don't have to reverse engineer their sales funnel like you might have to do online with their website. You can pretty much see every aspect of what they're doing in the social media arena. Able to establish your brand. You can also raise awareness. So again, the more social media presence you have, the bigger that people think your brand is, and the more awareness it builds about your brand, whether it's a brand of one or it's your company, a larger company. And of course, you look like an expert in your niche. Okay? It's one thing to write an article and post on your website. Yes, you develop an expertise status there, but it's different when you're answering questions, directly, and you're dealing with comments and stuff directly on a social media platform, where people they're asking you a direct question and you're answering. If you wrote an article, maybe you wrote it, maybe somebody else tweaked it, maybe somebody else wrote it for you, maybe it's a PLR article. So when you're on a social media site, they know that the person answering the question is an expert in their niche. And the disadvantage, okay, not disadvantages, but the disadvantage, well, social media is social. What does that mean? That means that you actually have to spend some time and get involved in the social media community, depending on the site that you're on. You have to go comment and blog and friend people and discuss things with them and participate in the forums. So it takes a fair amount of time and investment of time to get good results out of most social media sites.